I'll call the California Military Institute regular board meeting to order at 5:30 p.m. I'm going to ask for a roll call to determine a quorum. Trustee Anaya?
Here.
Trustee Stafford?
Here.
Trustee Hall?
Here.
Trustee Garcia? Here. Trustee Campos?
Here.
We have established a quorum. Item 3.1, revision, adoption, ordering of agenda December 10, 2025. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Hall. Is there a second? Mr. Campos? Any discussion? See none? Please vote. Item 3.1 passes 5-0. Item 4.1, oral reports, student representative to the Board of Trustees.
And my pleasure to introduce Cadet Major Blake Almeida.
Good evening. My name is Cadet Major Blake Almeida from the California Military Institute. I will be going over our monthly activities for the month of November. Our first activity is the Veterans Day Parade. Over 200 cadets attended, with Bokoko, cheer, band, main marching unit, as well as the 11-man color guard participating. Band and Bokoko placed first. Past and review. Guest speaker, Mr. Tom Sockwell, gave an inspirational speech to all who participated. We had full school participation as well as tons of parent support. During this event, we did our change of command as well as a reflection of an amazing year. Military community service. CMI did a color guard for the service of remembrance. We also had a Veterans Day breakfast where parents could come and share their inspirational stories of service. Formation to honor veterans, and color guards for various other community events. CMI event. We had our second annual turkey bingo, which was a success, with all families going home with a turkey. We had our APAC Civil Rights Club Ruby Bridges Night, where students could learn about scholarship opportunities. We also did Red Ribbon Week, as well as Dia de los Muertos Showcase, where students could show off their alegrías and ofrendas. CMI Sports. We had our first season of girls flag football, which was a success. Basketball is off to a strong start. Football ended after a challenging season. Cheer has continued to inspire the campus. Soccer has been a strong competitor. And cross country has made great strides, with many of our athletes going to CIF as well as winning. Thank you for your support. This will conclude California Military Institute's monthly activity review.
Item 4.2, CSEA President Rosa Galvan. Hey, there she is.
Good afternoon, board members, board of trustees, superintendent, and everyone present here today. It has been, it has been an honor and a privilege to serve and represent our chapter over the past 3 years. I am incredibly proud to have served as the chapter president. I would like to share the accomplishments we achieved together and my goals moving forward. I am also proud to announce that we recently held our 2026 elections and will be welcoming a new executive board that will begin their term in January 2026. Serving alongside my executive board for the past 3 years has been a truly meaningful experience, and I cherish the challenges, growth, and successes we shared together. Changes are not always easy, but it is necessary and and healthy for growth. I am proud of the members who stepped forward to take on leadership roles and commit to serving our chapter. I congratulate each of them and wish them a continued success. During my term, I helped lead the implementation and successful approval of our union, becoming the very first Chapter 778 for classified employees at CMI. Creating this foundation was deeply important to me. I wanted to leave a lasting legacy and be remembered as someone who dedicated her whole heart to achieving the milestone for our members. I worked with focus and care to strengthen our chapter's foundation and build meaningful progress. I helped organize and support the successful vote to establish chapter dues, open and secure the officer chapter bank account, and apply for the chapter delegate assistance program to attend the California School Employee Association conference in Reno, Nevada back in July 2023, where I proudly represented our members and attended my first state conference ever for the CSEA. I organized and led our first Know Your Rights workshops back in February 28, 2023, and established consistent monthly chapter and RPM meetings to ensure communication remained open and transparent. I also attended the Area F conference in Laughlin and worked closely with CSEA headquarters to have our chapter featured on the front page of the CSEA digital magazine. One of the most significant milestones in my leadership was appointing and guiding our negotiations team and leading the development of our first ever initial proposal contract. After nearly a year of work, we began negotiations on September 29 of 2023 and successfully reached our first ever collective bargaining agreement on May 20 of 2024. This historic achievement was made possible through strong member unity and collaboration. Beyond negotiations, I organized problem-solving meetings, coordinated job description reviews with the goal of pursuing job studies and ensuring members were informed of every step of the way. I ordered and distributed CSE pins to thank every classified employee on classified week, and I also worked to keep employees updated on negotiations, exception timelines, and key union developments. I proudly represented our chapter at the CSEA 90th Annual Conference in San Jose in July of 2024. I also supported members through open enrollment challenges and negotiated benefit updates, work year calendar development, cost of living, and health and welfare retroactive payments. I also worked on drafting, negotiating, ratifying, and reporting MOUs and CBAs to HR and CSCA headquarters. As I look ahead, my goals are clear: to continue strengthening our collective voice, protecting members' rights, and advocating for safe, fair, and respectful working conditions while finishing my term strong. I remain committed to transparency, strong communication, and ensuring that every member feels supported and empowered. I do acknowledge that I was not able to attend many board meetings as I would like to. However, the meetings I did attend were meaningful, and I appreciate how welcome and heard I always was felt. Even when I could not physically be present, I know that I had your support and that you were only a phone call away. Board members, Board of Trustees, and Superintendent, thank you sincerely for your support and for all that you do. I would like to always remember and remind everyone to live fully, cherish deeply, indulge mindfully, commit to lifelong learning, support one another, and enhance every opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Item number 4.3, CMITA President Angel LaBarons.
Good morning. It's been a long day. I was on a field trip with seventh graders all evening. Six of them. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. It's evening. Board of Trustees, Cabinet, and Superintendent. I wanted to start by thanking Mr. Campos for his service as president in the last year. I appreciated personally your support when you were in the position of president. I look forward to working with Mr. Garcia as president and Ms. Anaya as vice president. Congratulations to your new posts and positions. Mr. Stafford is clerk. Moving on, just a couple of really brief things. Handbook, yes, we're still working on it. Mr. Dotson and I are still at the table working on that. I know we will not make our deadline that is in our agreed upon deadline in our CBA, but that's okay. We are making progress. We have about the first 10 or 11 pages written of what we think is going to be about 15 to 16 pages. We are having a lot of common ground and absolutely no struggles and hurdles that we have to climb. We're meeting really easily on those hard stuff that really isn't hard at the end of the day. So I appreciate his support in that process and giving us the voice and the time to finally have an effective handbook for our certificated staff. I was hoping we would have a sunshine for you guys to look at at tonight's meeting. It won't be until January. We've been pretty busy with the end of semester and grades and parents and field trips. Not knowing whether it's okay or not. The last thing I would like to do is invite you guys next Wednesday. We have our staff Christmas gathering after our students leave us, and in part of that, this is going to be our 5th annual CMI Great Bake Off. And this is our 5th year. I kind of narrate it and put it together as a staff engagement from our certificated, our classified. The staff become competitors, and we have judges. Dr. Dotson is going to head up our judging team this year. We have some nice Blaine championship rings to hand out for our 5th annual competition this year. And it's usually very fun, a lot of sugar overload. So if you would like to come and join us next Wednesday, please let me know. Make sure we have a seat set for you. And I would like to extend, and I'm going to call out Mr. Hall on this, a seat at our judging table, if you've got a sweet tooth, to come and help Dr. Dotson and a few of our other staff members do our blind judging. Have a good evening and happy holidays and safe holidays to you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to item 4.4, principals update.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Good evening, President Garcia. I almost said President Campos. Board of Trustees, Dr. Arau, Cabinet, fans, friends. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Eric.
Go Bison.
Before I get started on my presentation, I'd just like to take a serious moment to thank Ms. Galvan and her committee for the fine work that they did for the time that they served as president and committee of the CSA CMI. You. Also, before I forget, so we have an opportunity. 5 of our students have an opportunity to go to India for a 2-week training with the cadets at one of the military institutes over there in India. So we will find out tomorrow if our cadets were selected to go. There are a group of cadets throughout California who are going to go. We have a great opportunity to at least have 5 of our cadets go. So it's all expense paid. Everything is paid for. Everything is paid for. So and the Indian government is paying for that. Also, just on our turkey bingo night. So we donated 40. Our staff donated 40 turkeys. Actually, over 40 turkeys for the families to participate. and the turkey bingo night. It was a huge success, and just like our students said, every family that was there went home with a turkey. Some went home with 2. Okay. All right, here's our current enrollment. We have 1,025 students on board right now. As you can see, our 11th grade class is very, very big. Our 12th grade class, we only have 102 students. So next year, our seniors, we're going to have a huge senior class, and if all of our students stay at the CMI, which I expect that they will, well, at least I hope a lot of them will, then our numbers will be able to open up room in our lower grades again to take on more students to hopefully get to our 1,050 students. However, we're still pushing for the larger number, the increase in our student enrollment. Right, Dr. Williams?
Absolutely.
So we had, this past November, we had over 70 seniors, 70 out of the 102 applied to colleges. And so that's a big number for us. We're very happy to see that. Our ELAC president and vice president attended the DLAC meeting this month. And we're starting to draft our Goal 5 or SPSA. The handsome young man there in the uniform on the one that says Dotson. That will be. So this is one of our promotions. That I believe this was Tuesday. So so far we had 398 students promote to the next rank, and we have 2 more days of promotion, tomorrow and Friday. So over 500 students altogether will promote to the next highest rank, and we are encouraging them to continue in their progress moving forward and promotions. This was our CSI day for Classroom to Career. I believe Ms. Nelson and Ms. Barron brought our students to somewhere.
They went to meet the police chief, the female police chief of Redlands, and they got to talk with all kinds of CSI officers, do fingerprinting, learn about the dogs, learn about all that kind of good stuff.
Can we ask you to come to the podium, please?
My teacher's voice I thought was good enough. They got to talk with the Redlands police officers. They learned about CSI and forensics. They got to actually do their fingerprints. They got to classify what their fingerprints were about, or what the style was. They had a really good time. We got back a little after school was out, but they loved it. They had a really good time. And our next one, we're going to be going to Knott's Berry Farm in March to learn about roller coasters and the science behind that in motion. And it is, you could go as a chaperone. We'll need 3. We also have another one coming up that they're going to be learning about cybersecurity. Usually about once a month we get to take 31 girls, and they have a blast. They get lunch, they get to explore different career fields, STEM, and at least we have a principal that supports that, so I appreciate you.
Thank you.
I have a little pea cook that I have in my office. I'll bring it next. All right. So yesterday we had our school site council meeting. A lot of good stuff with this. A lot of good items were discussed. It's really interesting. The cadets that you see there, they are actually the chairperson of the committee. So they run the meeting. So it was very interesting. Still teaching them how to call a vote, but they're getting it. We had the district's parent well house wellness workshop was hosted at CMI this past week. And we had our CMI drama club presentation the night before Christmas, 2 nights before. Very successful program. I just want to give Miss Nelson credit because she and actually Dan, her husband, they did a remarkable job setting that stage up. Getting Dan is so hands-on with getting all of the microphones working and the lighting and all the other stuff that it takes to run a really nice program. And so just Miss Nelson and Mr. Nelson, just my hats off to you guys for what you did for our students. Thank you so much. And over 100 of our students participated in the tree lighting ceremony in partnership with the City of Paris. We did a little folklorical. We're also in the process of our CMI. We're also partnering with the City of Paris in our food drive. We're doing a good job collecting a whole bunch of food and food items for the shelters in the community. And also we partnered with the City of Paris and providing Thanksgiving meals to different families in the community that are needy. And tomorrow night we have our annual Christmas band concert, so that's going to be exciting. We have one in the winter, and then we have another one in the spring. And thank you so much. That's the end of my presentation. Pending any questions? Yes, sir.
Totally off script question. Do you guys have what ice machine do you use now?
What ice machine?
We got ice
We actually we have multiple ice machines at our campus now. Actually, to be honest with you, Mr. Stafford, the cadre just purchased 2 really big ones. I'm not sure what the brand of them are, but
Okay.
but we have. So right now on our campus we have 3 huge ice machines. One of our training office and 2 around the campus.
Okay. I asked the question because your football and soccer used to come and get ice from back of MNO.
Right.
That machine, which I didn't know I visited today, is broken. And I said, well, when are you guys going to fix the ice machine? Wait, the summer's going to come and you have to have the ice.
Right.
But they said it's been broken about 3 years. And I just wondered, I said, you guys couldn't deal without having ice. So what was MNO doing? And I guess they found squirrely ways to get something to cool their drinks or whatever. But my concern is them having water to go out in the field with, working in 100-degree temperatures and all that. So, long story short, it's not, you guys don't need one, it's MNO that needs.
So they can come in and borrow, get ice from us. We're good with that.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. But they should have one, and there's more concerns with an ice machine, of course, keeping it sanitary and all that.
Exactly.
But your school does that for you guys.
Great.
In the yard, there's a lot of usage from the bus barn to the grounds to all the different employees that they have to be at least refreshed on keeping it sanitary and keeping an eye on it for their own good,
Absolutely.
because they grow mold and stuff. Okay, so no problem with it. You guys are good.
Yeah. Thank you.
For the cadet for India, please let me know when that happens.
Absolutely. So we'll find out tomorrow, and I'll send out to Ms. Fetchner, who will send it out to the board and Dr. Brown.
Also, how's the gopher problem? Still got gophers?
Yeah, we still have so as long as that park is there next door. So this is how it has been explained to me is that once they plug up all the holes on our campus and the gophers go over to the field. Once they plug the holes up on the field, they come back to us.
Right.
So we share gophers.
Good.
Any more questions, comments for Mr. Hudson? Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Item 5.1, invitation to address the Board of Trustees on non-agendized items. Are there any public comments on non-agendized items?
Yes, we have one.
Individual speakers shall be allowed 3 minutes to address the board on each agenda or non-agenda item. The board shall limit the total time for public input on each item to 20 minutes with board consent. The president may increase or decrease the time allowed for public presentation depending on the topic and the number of persons wishing to be heard. In addition, the president may take a poll of speakers for or against a particular issue and may ask that the additional persons speak only if they have something new to add.
Kim Nelson?
Okay, I'm going to start off, but I originally wrote this as to mention President Campos, so now I will say Member Campos. Good evening, Board of Trustees, Cabinet members, and Dr. Irving. I stand before you tonight a very proud teacher. My students recently completed their 1 acts for the semester, and while there were a few moments that they stumbled, they were truly amazing. We experienced a few minor issues, but the show went on, and they performed with heart, commitment, and joy. I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to you, Member Campos, for your support in resolving our sound and lighting concerns. When I first reached out for assistance, I was informed that the district technicians do not service CMI. Despite this, you ensured that the help arrived, and because of your intervention, we were able to correct the speaker issue and get the lights functioning somewhat properly, and it made a significant difference to our students to know that someone in the district cared enough to help. You stepped in and succeeded. With the support of Prop 28 and VAPA funding, our visual and performing arts program have the opportunity to grow and thrive. Please know how deeply appreciative I am of this. I would also like to thank the board for encouraging Dr. Dotson to assess the needs of our students and support our drama program. We are currently ordering a new light board and cart, and we are gathering estimates for our sound system and microphone headsets. These improvements will have the tremendous impact of our students' ability to deliver their lines clearly and confidently to the audience. We are also in the process of building new sets for our spring production of Murder in the Malt Shop, which is May 8th and 9th. You are all invited. And it's replacing those that were previously discarded. Scripts will soon be ordered for next school year. My students are thrilled to have input on future productions. I'm grateful to Dr. Dotson for his support and willingness to allow us to move forward. CMI owes you all our gratitude for selecting a leader who's not afraid to lead, who consistently focuses on what is best for our students, something that's not always been done in the past, and who is helping to restore the excitement and pride we once had. CMI has been a great school, but it's been a great pillar in this community, and a lot of people rely on CMI to deliver that. As a teacher who has watched students feel disappointed when opportunities were not available, I cannot express how rewarding it is to see their smiles when they realize that drama has returned to CMI because they were worth the fight. And it has been a fight. It's been a struggle with our past administration. So we thank you again for giving us Dr. Dotson. I already have 12 students interested in taking drama next year. They've given me their names and said, pass this on to whoever's doing master schedules. We've not yet held the elective fair, so I'm still hopeful. The enthusiasm is growing, and we're all very excited for what is ahead. Once again, I will gladly say this many times. Thank you for your continued support of the arts at CMI. Your dedication truly matters, and we are grateful. Thank you so much.
Item 6.1, consent calendar, approval of consent calendar items. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Hall. Thank you, Mr. Campos. Any discussion? See none, please vote. Item 6.1 passes 5-0. Item 7.1, oral reports. First interim financial report presentation. Ms. Mimi Capistrano will give a presentation.
Good evening, Board of Trustees. Dr. Alex
cabinet member and everybody here. So tonight I'm gonna be presenting the 25-26 first interim budget for CMI. There. So in building the first interim report for CMI, we use different assumptions. And in this slide, you'll see the COLA that we use for the current year. In the supplemental and concentration grant calculation, we use a 3-year rolling average for unduplicated count to calculate the revenue, which is part of our LCFF revenue. That is the breakdown of the dollar amount we get per grades. So for grade 4 to 6, then we have the dollar amount to grade 9 to 12. So that is a basis of calculation of our LCFF revenue, which is the main revenue of CMI. Oh, sorry, going back. So this is the assumptions that we use in building the first interim. We have the enrollment in the current year, which is 1,029. We use the same projection of enrollment in the 2 out years. Our capture rate, which is the percentage of enrollment to our ADA, we use 94% all years, including the out years. Our unduplicated count, as I previously mentioned, which is based on the 3-year rolling average. And this year, there's a reduction in unduplicated count. That's why you see that there's a decline also in unduplicated percentage. And then we use the COLA that's projected by the state and the STIRS rate and PERS rate. Sorry. So this is our enrollment in ADA change. So at adopted budget, we projected our enrollment to be 1,031. We get the actual, is yet to be certified at 1,029. So there's a change of 2 decrease in enrollment. Our ADA is still projected. We have since our we use the P2 ADA, so this number is still projected. So we will make that adjustment once we get the actual P2 in April. Right. So this is a breakdown of unrestricted and restricted revenues combined. So as I mentioned, the main sources of revenue is the LCFF revenue, which is our unrestricted at 15.9 million. Then we get some revenue from federal, state revenue as well, and local revenue. So unrestricted at 16.7 million, restricted, which is our category calls, our grant, ongoing grants, and one-time grant at 1.9 million in the current year. So a combined revenue of 18.7 million. And this is our expenditures, both in unrestricted and restricted side of our expenditures and combined. So as we know that mainly the big expenditures are in salaries and benefits, that's in our certificated and classified categories. And we have books and supplies and any other expenditures with the total combined expenditures is at 20.7 million. So this is a change in revenue from adopted budget when we adopt the budget in June. So there's for our LCFF revenue, and as I mentioned that there's a reduction in unduplicated count. That's why we see a change in a reduction in revenue of 215,000. at first interim. But again, we're still projecting our ADA, so all this information is still projection. It could still change. There's an increase in federal revenue, but that's for our California military from the state, and we received that this year. The revenue as well increased by 433,000, but mainly that's from our restricted revenue. We received a one-time grant this year for about 300,000. And we recovered also portion of the learning recovery grant this year. That's why we're seeing an increase in revenue. And then local revenue, there's no change in local revenue. So first interim from adopted budget, there's total increase, net increase in revenue of 368,000. So this is a change for our expenditure side. We're seeing a total of 695,000 increase in expenditures due to the recent negotiated salary increase that we incorporated in the budget. And this is our components of our ending fund balance, basically showing our beginning fund balance and a change from adopted budget to first interim, and then we added our revenue, less our expenditures and any other contributions, and there's a change of an increase in ending fund balance of 273,000. That's mainly, as mentioned, the change in revenue. There's an increase in expenditures, but there's also an increase in revenue. As I mentioned, that's a one-time revenue, that's gonna be taken out in the out years. So the restricted side of the ending fund balance is 461,000. There's a change because of that one-time revenue that we received this year. So the CMI, based on the MOU that the district is recommending to maintain a 5% reserve for economic uncertainties, and that's the calculation of that 5%. And there's a change from adopted budget first interim because of the increase in expenditures. So this is the MYP, which is, I just want to show the components of our ending fund balance combined, and the current year plus the 2 out years. We see that our ending fund balance based on this is declining from 6 million in the current year to 27-28. We're projecting our ending fund balance to be 1.8 million. And also the breakdown of restricted revenue, restricted side is also in that, the information is also provided. And then it also shows the 5% reserve for economic uncertainties for the current year in the 12 years. So this is just showing the deficit, so the net decrease in fund balance for the current year in the 2 out years. So we could see that our deficits, we have a structural deficit shows here, which in the current year about 2 million, which means our expenditures is higher than our revenue, and it's increasing in each year. So there might be a little bit of change or a decrease in 27-28 because of those one-time grant that's ending that year, and we have to remove those expenditures, that non-position expenditures in the budget. So top concerns to highlight on this report of first interim. Combined expenditures increased by 696,000. That income, as I mentioned, includes the salary increase. That's mainly the increase in overall increase in expenditures. There's also increase in special ed cost. The lower unduplicated pupil count.
which there's a reduction of 40 from our adopted budget. We projected higher, but the number came lower. The structural deficit also, that the last slide that I mentioned, that it's growing also. The expenditures exceeding revenues. So recommended next step for strategic considerations. We will conduct a structural deficit analysis, so we will review all the expenditures, revenue and all that, identifying ongoing costs so that we can address that deficit spending. We will review spending trends to make sure that those costs are aligned with what revenue that we're receiving. We establish a plan for one-time versus ongoing spending to avoid structural impact when funds are no longer available. So those are what we will be working on. Oh, okay. And if you have any question, I'm happy to answer that.
Trustee Campos? Trustee Hall? Trustee Stafford? Trustee Anaya? None at this time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Great job. Item 8.1, discipline. November 2025 monthly suspension report and expulsion report. Item 9.1, personnel, certificated personnel action items. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you. Thank you. Any discussion? See none, please vote. Item 9.1 passes 5-0. Item 9.2, personnel, classified personnel action items. Do you have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, sir.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? See none, please vote. Here's Rose.
Yeah.
Oh, there it goes.
There we went.
Oh, there it goes.
We just wanted to get you up.
Item 9.2 passes 5-0. 9.3 business authorization for purchase orders above $50,000 December 2025. Do you have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, sir. Is there a second?
Second.
Trustee Campos?
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Any discussion? See none, please vote. Oh,
James.
Mine's frozen.
yeah. If you have the ability, mine just popped back up, please vote.
What's yours doing? No, I'm on 10-1. 10-2.
2.
We are on 9-3, right?
Yes, 9.3.
Oh, I'm on 10 too.
So am I. Please vote.
It's red.
Just one of those notes.
Item 9.3 passes 5-0. We apologize for the delay. Information items 10.1 curriculum revised career technical education course under the agri-science pathway agricultural biology. 10.2 curriculum revised career technical education course under the agricultural business pathway agriculture economics. 10.3 curriculum revised career technical education course under the agricultural mechanics pathway agricultural mechanics. 10.4 curriculum revised career technical education course under the agricultural multi-pathway agriculture sciences and systems. 10.5 curriculum revised career technical education course under the agricultural business pathway agricultural government. 10.6 curriculum revised career technical education career whoa, I'm going too fast. Course under the agricultural business pathway AG environmental horticulture. 10.7 curriculum revised career technical education course under the animal science pathway anatomy, physiology, and veterinary science. 10.8 curriculum revised laboratory science course of study earth science. 10.9 curriculum revised career technical education course under the agriculture and natural resource.
Mr. President, we're stuck on 10.4. 10.4. There it goes. Now
Do I have to read?
Yeah.
Okay. Ornamental horticulture pathway environmental horticulture science. 10.10 curriculum revised career technical education course under the system diagnostics service and repair pathway RCOE advanced auto service technician formerly known as CTE auto service tech 2. I'm sorry. 10.11 curriculum revised career technical education course under the film video production pathway RCOE advanced digital film production formerly known as RCOE digital film production 2. 10.12 curriculum revised career technical education course under the games and simulations pathway RCOE advanced game scripting. 10.13 curriculum revised career technical education course under the public service pathway RCOE advanced law enforcement. 10.14 curriculum revised career technical education course under the patient care pathway RCOE advanced medical assisting clinical. 10.15 curriculum revised career technical education course under the patient care pathway RCOE advanced sports medicine. 10.16 curriculum revised career technical education course under the software and systems development pathway RCOE advanced systems programming Python formerly known as RCOE systems programming 2. 10.17 curriculum revised career technical education course under the networking pathway RCOE. How do you want me to go about that one? Just say it.
I've been thinking about
Well, it's like, what is that, an acronym or is that?
I think
Okay, so it's just, okay. Advanced Digital Path Cyber AI Esports, formerly known as RCOE, Advanced Esports Learning Design. 10.18 curriculum revised career technical education course under the film video production pathway RCOE applied digital film production formerly known as RCOE digital film production 3. 10.19 curriculum revised career technical education course under the patient care pathway RCOE applied medical assisting clinical formerly known as RCOE advanced medical assisting clinical 2. 10.20 curriculum revised career technical education course under the system diagnostic service and repair pathway RCOE intermediate auto service technician. 10.21 curriculum revised career technical education course under the film video production pathway RCOE intermediate digital film production formerly known as RCOE digital film production 1. 10.22 curriculum revised career technical education course under the games and simulations pathway RCOE intermediate games 50. 10.23 curriculum revised career technical education course under the public service pathway RCOE intermediate law enforcement. 10.24 curriculum revised career technical education course under the patient care pathway RCOE intermediate sports medicine. 10.25 curriculum revised career technical education course under the software and systems development pathway RCOE intermediate systems programming fundamentals formerly known as RCOE systems programming 1. 10.26 curriculum revised career technical education course under the public safety pathway RCOE introduction to public service leadership formerly known as RCOE leadership development. Item 10.27 curriculum revised career technical education course under the patient care pathway RCOE medical ethics formerly known as medical ethics. 10.28 curriculum revised career technical education course under the patient care pathway RCOE medical terminology formerly known as medical terminology. 10.29 curriculum revised career technical education course under the animal science pathway AG chemistry. Item 1030 curriculum new career technical educational course agricultural mechanics 2. 10.31 curriculum new middle school laboratory science course advanced 8th grade science. 10.32 curriculum new middle school social science course of study advanced 8th grade U.S. history. 10.33 curriculum new social science course AP macroeconomics and government. 10.34 curriculum new career technical education course RCOE advanced res construction. Item 11.1 other items by the superintendent.
Nothing at this time, President Garcia.
Thank you, sir. Item 12.1 other items by the board of trustees. Let's start with Mr. Campos.
So I just want to say thank you to the CMI staff for all that you guys do. Rosa, thank you for your service the past few years. I'm sure that they were very fortunate to follow your leadership, and I'm sure that they'll be in good hands in the future. I just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Continue the hard work at CMI. You guys are doing a great job. Obviously, we have the numbers are there where we want them with the attendance and all that other stuff. I'm glad to see the Prop 28 funding is working towards building the program there, Ms. Nelson. So thank you for the kind words. And hopefully, you guys will outgrow that stage, and you guys will be performing at the beautiful Paris High School stage, for one of your productions. So I'm looking forward to it.
I would much
Or
better-
we build a bigger one.
I would much better prefer
that would get tall order, but nonetheless, I'm just glad to see that those kids and that those students are having a good time in drama. I know that so many of the extracurriculars are extremely important. And since it is Christmas season, we'll be asking for a football field and all these other things. Hey, he's a big Santa Claus, right? So, anyways, that's it. Just thank you for all that you guys do there. I know that you guys are working hard, and it obviously shows in all the results that are there. And yes, do let us know about those 5 students, because that's an experience of a lifetime. So I'm sure if they get granted that trip to India, that'll be awesome. So, and thank you, Dr. Dotson, for all your leadership there. Thank you, staff.
Thank you, Trustee Hall.
I just want to say thanks to the CMI staff. And, you guys are just doing a great job up there, and it's always a welcoming pleasure to go over there and just walk around and see how everybody's so happy and working together. So just thank you for all that you do. Just like Mr. Campos said, Merry Christmas to you guys, and spend time with family, loved ones, all that good stuff. And we're going to work on those goals. We'll see you on Wednesday too.
Thank you, Trustee Hall. Trustee Stafford.
Just want to say thank you for always having an open door, welcoming me to the campus to talk and things like that. I had a question on your sound system. Did you get a new sound system, or you just were able to work with what you had?
We're working with what we have right now, but it was purchased back in a long time, 2 years after we opened.
Oh.
So it is very antiquated. Half of it doesn't work. We've been able to jerry-rig it to get it to work. So we are using some of that VAPA funding to get a new sound system. We updated our light board because ours is so antiquated at this point.
Pardon me, can you come to the podium, please, when you're speaking to the board?
Yeah, sorry. I'm so used to the teacher voice.
We're trying to be consistent.
We're working with the district AV to get a quote for the microphones, the new sound system. the lighting system, all of the light fixtures are new. Our soundboard is antiquated, we can no longer update the firmware or anything like that, so we have ordered a new one. And we're going to make it mobile so we can work it from the back of the NPR. We have a lot planned and the kids are excited, they want to learn about it, and I just thank all of you.
Thank you.
That's all for me. Thank you, Mr. Dobson.
Thank you, Trustee Anaya.
Just again, a thank you for all your hard work. I know you guys put a lot of work in there. When you guys come speak, I can hear the passion that you guys have for your students, and I appreciate that. So thank you.
Thank you. Well, it sounds like everybody took the words out of my mouth. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you for everything you guys do. Thank you to the cadets. We're very proud of them. You know, getting invited to India, that's huge.
Yes.
You know, so we need to like advertise that any way possible. Mr. Dotson, I believe you have something for the board. Is that going to be dealt with later, or?
I don't want you to yell at me. I don't mind if you yell at her. But I'm not sure. We had the letters brought to the district, so I'm not sure where.
Okay, no worries. We'll take care of that. Okay, perfect.
Okay, thank you.
That's in the work. You know what? Actually, do you mind telling the community about that? I think that's pretty exciting.
Okay. No, I don't mind. So, I was asked to write a letter to Governor Newsom to invite him to our next big event. And our next big event is going to be our spring passing review. So I invited Governor Newsom and his staff, as many of his staff as he can bring, as he'd like to bring to this passing review. And then it dawned on me that I should actually also invite the State Superintendent of Instruction, Mr. Tony Thurman. I figured that if I invited both of them, we may get one. We'd be thrilled to pieces if we could get them both. But I know that Mr. Thurman is more likely to come out to schools. He's been down in the area previously, especially in Chino when they were having those issues. But Mr. Thurman is I think that once he gets the letter, and as soon as we can get it to them, the better, because their schedules, their calendars book up pretty fast. So we also invited one of the senators, one of the state senators, to come to be our guest speaker at the spring passing review. So and we have a very, very good chance of her coming. Her aide was at one of our events, and she said absolutely she would be thrilled to come, as long as she gets far enough advance notice, that she'd be thrilled to come. So all of that, we're keeping our fingers crossed to have at least one of them, and I mean, if we get all three of them, CMI is going to be nationwide.
That's right.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And that's all for me. Moving on to item 13.1, future board topics. Are there any requests for future board topics?
I'd just like to see the allocation of funding for Prop 28 for CMI, just to make sure that there's what they have in Canada.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Hall.
Dealing with their mosquitoes and their gophers, I'd like to see another pest control come out and evaluate. I think I have one in mind, so I'll get back to you later. Try that.
Thank you. Mr. Stafford.
Nothing for me.
Trustee Anaya?
Nothing for me.
And myself, nothing. Do I have a motion to approve the future board topics as discussed?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? See none? Am I? 1 second. Am I missing something? Or like just skipping that item? All right, perfect. Do I have a motion to close the agenda, item 13.1, future board topics.
So moved.
Thank you, sir. Is there a second?
Second it.
Thank you, sir. Any discussion? See none, please vote. Item 13.1 passes 5-0. Moving on, 13.2, adjournment of the regular meeting of the California Military Institute, December 10th, 2025. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Campos? Any discussion? See none, please vote. Item 13.2 passes 5-0. This meeting is adjourned at 6:30 p.m.